News of the conquest of Everest greeted the world on Coronation Day in 1953. On BBC One tomorrow at 5:15, a filmed record of the successful and courageous expedition in which Sir Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing reached the summit of the world's highest mountain. Also tomorrow evening on Radio 4 at 10:15, an account recorded during the Everest expedition led by Chris Bonington in March 1982, which attempted the ascent by way of the east-northeast ridge. Well, back to Saturday here on BBC Two, and in half an hour, Film International presents the romantic story of a solitary young man who befriends a would-be suicide. 4 Nights of a Dreamer. First, Saturday's News Night, featuring Campaign 83.
In Time Watch on Wednesday, history haunts the present. This man, Klaus Barbie, former Gestapo chief in Lyon, has brought back nightmares for a generation of Frenchmen. Time Watch traces the history of the Vichy regime that collaborated with the Nazis. Why was its leader, Marshal Pétain, so overwhelmingly popular? And why did France participate so actively in the final solution, the genocide of the Jews? And how well can you fake history?
The Hitler Diaries, now known to be crude forgeries. In Time Watch, we'll be talking to Dr. Julius Grant, the man who proved they were forgeries and who's established a worldwide reputation for telling whether a document's a fake or the genuine article. We'll also be looking at some other infamous fakes, both ancient and modern, and asking whether the whole business of forgery may have affected our interpretation of history.
As the election reaches its climax, the influence of Victorian Britain on today's campaign. Mrs. Thatcher has pointed to Victorian values as a basis for New Britain. Her opponents say they mean a return to the workhouse. But what were Victorian values and how can they be judged 100 years on? That's Time Watch on Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
BBC One ends this evening in sporting style. At the moment, highlights of 2 matches in the British International Football Championship between Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland and England. Then at 12:30, international golf. Harry Carpenter looks back to today's second round in the PGA Championship at Royal St George's. As a contrast, here on BBC Two, Film International, a first showing on British television of French director Robert Bresson's acclaimed modern screen version of a short story by Dostoevsky, 4 Nights of a Dreamer. Film International next Saturday is at the earlier time of 9:20, the Oscar-winning black comedy from Czechoslovakia about the real and imagined life at a small country railway station during the Second World War. Closely observed trains. And there's another Oscar winner on BBC One tomorrow, Liza Minnelli and Bob Fosse's atmospheric musical about the decadent days of Berlin in the 30s, Cabaret. That's tomorrow night on BBC One at 10:50. Well, the time is just after 40 minutes past 1. Pete Murray's Late Show takes up the airwaves on Radio 2 at the moment. Then from 2 a.m, Bill Reynolds will be providing the entertainment in You and the Night and the music. From us on BBC Two, a little night music as we close. This is John Glover wishing you a very good night. Good night to you.